Jonah was alive today, we'd probably be thinking he was some kind of Zionist. He was so pro-Israel, he didn't really want any of people that were not pro-Israel to even get along. He just assumed that they didn't even survive. And God told him he was supposed to go to a place where there were people that didn't love Israel. He didn't want to go. He really didn't want to go. And so what did he do? Well, he ran away. He came down here to the seaport. This was the main seaport at that time. And he found a boat that was heading out to sea and booked passage on the boat. There he goes out on the boat. Of course, that didn't work out very well for him because God was aware of where he was. He found out it wasn't possible to hide from God. And so what are you going to do? It's a little fishing boat in the Mediterranean, and we do get some good storms here on the Mediterranean from time to time. So there he was on the boat. He's heading for Tarshish, which is not Nineveh, and he's heading the opposite direction. And it says that a storm came up. They tried to figure out what was wrong, why the sea was trying to kill them. Finally came to the conclusion it was Jonah's fault. And so they threw Jonah overboard. He actually requested it, threw him overboard, and was swallowed by a great fish. A great fish. What kind of a fish is that? It doesn't tell us what kind of a fish it was. Pretty well sure it wasn't a whale, though, by the way. But he was swallowed by a great fish. And so he was swallowed by this fish. Now, the Jewish tradition says he died, and probably did. And he's in that fish, probably dead, for 3 days. When he comes up on the shore, he's just as white as snow because the stomach acids in that fish would have just almost eaten him up. Here's a huge miracle. How in the world is he alive? Perhaps alive again. How in the world is he even a whole person? You know, the body was intact. He didn't dissolve. And the stomach acids, what an awful place. And yet now, he's the man who will actually speak to the people, tell them about what God has to say, and to his chagrin, lead them into a place of salvation, a place where they survived. Wow. You know, Jonah, as a good Zionist, probably didn't want to see his enemies succeed. But the truth of the matter is, God loves everybody, including the folks that don't necessarily love him or even like the things he likes. God's amazing. He does what he does. And whether or not Jonah wanted to be God's messenger of salvation, nevertheless he was the one who brought redemption and security to the people of Nineveh. Amazing. Left out from this port.